What happened to the kids in cages from the Trump administration?
Still there, since the Obama administration.
Yeah, it's still going to go on for the most part. It's one of the many things Republicans openly do, and Democrats quietly do. They only bring that up when there's an administration they don't like.
It was a policy enacted under Obama, and Trump continued the practice. Several media outlets blamed the entire thing on Trump, which is why many mistakenly believe he started it. Biden claimed to have stopped it, but ultimately it was just a sleight of hand paperwork change, and families are still being separated at the border, so in effect there's no change.
Okay, seeing a lot of responses there that are not at all in line with my understanding of the issue. Limited in time, so please fact check me further, anyone. 1. Children were being separated at the border from their parents in certain situations where they suspected abuse or that the persons were not actually related, malicious individuals taking children and pretending they were theirs in order to gain an advantage/sympathy/leniency. This was started under Obama. 2. What I have not seen a single post get at, and is the key part to answering the actual question, is that under Trump they expanded the policy to always separate parents and children. This was much maligned and what gained most of the media attention. This policy was only in place for a short period of time and quickly reversed.
This policy was only in place from April 2018 to June 2018. This is what gained media attention, and it stayed in the media as an attack on Trump's character to have implemented it in the first place. 3. Under most of Trump's time in office and continuing under Biden is the policy outlined in point 1. The policy implemented by Trump was never in place under Biden, so it's not newsworthy any longer. Summary: the reason you don't hear about the issue anymore is because the extreme version of the policy was only in place for a short period of time. The policy was put in place and reversed under the Trump administration. Folks claiming it is an Obama policy and the whole thing was just the media being unfair to Trump are incorrect.
Source: https://n.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/Trump administration family separation policy.
A simple Google search will find you the reports of the women. I am surprised American news didn't cover it as much. Imagine going to the doctor for something you think it's simple and walk out not being able to have kids anymore. I bet all women would feel totally okay with that, huh? While the policy of separation seems bad on the surface, this was instituted to cut down on child sex trafficking. The U.S. has no idea if this person is actually the kid's parent. It might be a good idea to verify this before releasing them into the U.S. never to reappear again. The kids in cages thing started during the Obama years. Maybe earlier. It continued during Trump's years. And it is continuing during the Biden years. There's simply not many very good options for these kids. Imagine being in charge down there. You have 30 people arrested trying to cross illegally. 10 of them are kids. Anyone can claim that those kids are theirs. But if they can't prove it 100%, there's no way that you would be able to detain them with their so-called parents for fears of abuse, harassment. So they are detained in a separate area. The cages things was simply a media slam. It sounds more degrading, so they used that language during the Trump years. A more accurate description is a warehouse that has been sectioned off inside by chain link fencing. I wish there were better options for these kids. And they certainly need the best care that we can provide. But open borders are not the option. A fake that started during the Obama administration, and the practice continues to this day. They are still there. It was Obama who implemented them. They will continue there. You never know when you want to bash the administration in turn. People saying it's still happening or it was started under Obama are misrepresenting. Obama and Biden used the facilities for short periods of time. I think up to 3 days. Trump had a zero-tolerance policy and didn't put a limit on how long the kids were held and didn't bother to keep records of the kids' families. It's apples vs. oranges. https apnews.com/article/factchecking-afs. Content: 9,970,724,533. C. Were those 2,000 kids that were separated from their families at the southern border of the U.S. ever reunited? Quote, R. No stupid questions. The 12th of November 2022. And the Wikipedia article, Trump Administration Family Separation Policy. Not a part of the current narrative. Bad orange man gone, no more press coverage. You're thinking of the Obama administration. Pretty sure the numbers almost tripled when Biden took over, but people for some reason didn't care. Wonder why? Many were adopted or reunited with their families. It still happens. Funny how OP hasn't replied to a single comment. Must not be the answers they were looking for. I'm cracking up at these comments because these people have never been to a migrant youth detention center. Never talked to anyone who actually has. Never read Obama's policy or Trump's or Biden's. And are still speaking as though they know better than the media narrative. You are literally contributing on social media to the misinformed narrative. These comments make it clear why people are too afraid to ask these questions. From what I gather, it's still there. The media just chooses to focus on different things based on the political party in power. For example, Biden's has been old age, his son's laptop, inflation, and wokeness.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.